So, I want to talk about how to write a personal statement for graduate school. Hopefully, this is going to help you out a lot. And it is really important. It's really different than probably what you've probably been taught or other people have told you and things that you maybe have seen on the internet. So, this is going to be very, very helpful for you. So, if you don't know who I am, I'm Professor Dave Massac. I'm Associate Professor of Innovation Strategy and Entrepreneurship, and I created this whole Reciprocity Project to give back as much as I possibly can. There's so many people that help me out that I want to pay the favor for to help you out as much as I possibly can. The very first thing that you have to do if you're thinking about creating a personal statement for graduate school is to stop thinking about yourself. What you are doing at this moment is you're probably trying to think about how can I make myself look that much better than everybody else, or how can I focus on promoting myself compared to what everybody else is doing. And I don't want you to think like that. What I want you to think about is I want you to think about the other people that you're trying to communicate to on the other side, and thinking about what is it that they are looking for, and kind of reverse engineering that in terms of what they're doing. So maybe it's a master's program, for example, and an MBA program. Well, then you really want to focus on the fact that they are probably looking for, and sometimes they'll even write this kind of stuff online, but they're probably looking for somebody that can grow their program, or looking for somebody that is going to integrate very well with the other students that are there. And then you have to start communicating that in such a way that it is going to resonate with what they're doing. Now, if it's a doctoral program, if you're thinking about doing something like that, then you want to actually speak to and praise the other researchers on the other side, that they are doing really good stuff. And you have to show and communicate that you actually read their work. And what you're trying to do is sort of fill a gap that they're looking for on the other side. What is it that they're truly thinking of doing, and what do they want to do in terms of where they want to go as a program? And so you want to communicate what it is that you are trying to do in terms of filling this gap or addressing their particular need with what they're doing. So with a master's program, again, if it's not research like an MBA or something like that, they're probably looking for you to go and do something really interesting at the end of it. So you might want to actually communicate the fact that you're doing this to actually leverage some skills to go and do something really interesting and change the world based on what you've done, not on what you've sort of done right now, but sort of communicating where you want to go and what you want to do in 10 years. Now, if it is research or a PhD kind of sort of career and what you're looking for, what you want to do is address the fact that they're probably looking to fill a gap in both teaching and research, but not so much on the teaching side, just a little bit. And so you want to communicate what you want to, maybe it's a little bit of teaching, but mostly research in terms of how you're filling this gap in terms of what they're doing. And ultimately, they're bringing you on to be more productive, to show that they're actually building a research active community at their institution. That's really what their end goal is. So you want to focus on how is it that you can communicate to make them more research productive and to do things. So, if you're looking to be in the best programs around the world, you just have to be helpful for them and helpful for them on the other side. So, on the doctoral side, what you want to do is communicate that you're actually going to be very helpful and really help them become better researchers and scholars and extend what they're doing. So actually read their stuff. I think that's like so crazy. Nobody ever reads this. Nobody ever sort of listens to this advice, but read their stuff. Read what they're doing. See how you can extend what they're doing. If they wrote something that was really cool and interesting, read or think about how you can extend that thing and make it better and interesting. Write an article based on that. And the most important thing, you really, really want to get into someplace, actually demonstrate that you are doing it, right? Like if you want to get into Harvard or Stanford or wherever, Princeton, London Business School, whatever you're thinking of, I don't know what you're interested in, Hong Kong, Hong Kong University of Science and Technology. What you need to do is actually do something for them do something that they're looking for. What is the need that they're doing? And you do that thing, and you do it for free, and you do that on the weekends. So maybe it's like an MBA program. Well, you actually create a program for them, some sort of software program, or you create some sort of entity so that they are recruiting better, or that they are building up their alumni, or you start volunteering for their alumni, and you do that for a year or two, and you do that, their alumni association. It's almost a shoo-in that you're going to get in. You just got to simply say, hey, I want to volunteer sometime. You want to get into Harvard? You actually go and you say, I want to volunteer some time for Harvard in terms of building up your alumni. I think it's really cool. I just want to learn more about that. You want to get into like the best business schools for your PhD, or best schools around the world for your PhD. Look to see what the researchers are doing and build something for them to do that. Collect some data for them. So, I mean, their latest project, you just got to look to see what their latest project is. So I'm, my latest project is looking at, looking at the medical device industry and some sort of things, and that will collect some data for me, and do it for free. And then, oh my God, like you do that for a month or two, or you volunteer your time and you actually build a relationship with somebody. You volunteer your time. So first of all, don't expect anybody to ever respond. You do this, you volunteer your time for a couple of weekends doing this thing, collecting some data, and you shoot it off and you send it to somebody. You spend a month doing that, and you send it to somebody and say, hey, I really like your program. I'm interested in this, super excited about this, and I actually went ahead and collected some data for you. Hopefully you're going to find this helpful. No, nothing in return. If you find it helpful, give me a shout back. I would love to do some more for you. And that's it. You just send that sort of simple email. You send it in and see what happens. Nothing might happen, but you do that, 5, 6, 10 times to different places. Somebody at some place is going to be like, wow, that is bizarre, but amazing. Let me respond to them, and let's see if we can actually do something. And then you start building this communication, this sort of back and forth. And then what's going to happen? You forget about this. You are no longer going to be like, I want to get in there. What's going to happen is they're going to be like, I want this person to come here. And I want this person, I'm going to figure out every way that I can get them to come here because they've already done this for me and they've showed some initiative. If you just simply do that, I mean, you're golden. And it's so like counterintuitive, but it is the easiest way to actually get there, to do any of this kind of stuff. And it's going to make all the difference in the world. So if you want to write a personal statement for graduate school, start thinking ahead, start building these relationships, and actually start doing something, volunteering your time, actually do this. You'd be surprised in actually what happens in your life if you start doing that. So give me a thumbs up. If you like this video, do subscribe to the YouTube channel. Take care and have a wonderful day. Bye.